Alrighty, welcome everybody to our 43rd episode of Brownsville Tech Live. And back in the house, I've got my co-host Steve Rodriguez.
What's up, people? Hey, glad to be back. Thank you for having me back, Dan. It's been a while.
I know,
43
you've been
already?
on vacation.
Well, hey, vacation is important, all right? You have to take time away, all right, to go relax and do whatever you have to do.
I guess so, right? You have to every once in a while. Doug's
Yes,
been
sir.
dancing for you for the last couple of weeks.
Well, that's great.
You know, he
You
enjoys being
said
on the camera all
43rd,
the time. Huh?
43rd episode already?
43rd episode. Just
Dude, I
less than
remember you
a.
just started this last week. Huh?
No, it was last November. We started with the Black Fridays.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
so believe it or not, we're back again with Black Fridays, but this time we're going to have Black Fridays November and December. I think every episode will probably be a Black Friday episode, I think.
Awesome.
So, we won't
Awesome.
necessarily concentrate on just Black Friday items, but we'll look at all items in general, you know,
All right.
because I think when you just concentrate on just Black Friday items, you may lose out on some of the other stuff. You know, there's that rumor that goes on that the Black Friday items are not always the best items. I don't know how
Yes.
true, I don't know
Yes.
how true that is.
I've heard that. I've heard that also.
So, yeah. So, I may need your videography services here down the road because I think we're going to be visiting a auto dealership down the road.
Auto dealership?
Yep, I'm gonna try to see if we can test drive a very popular vehicle. So
Interesting.
maybe you'll
Inter-
drive off with a brand new vehicle.
Nah, that's not in my future. I don't see that in my foreseeable future.
So I, without sharing too many secrets, hopefully I'll get that nailed in the next couple of weeks, but we'll
Awesome.
see. And then we've got another event coming up, the Starbase Tailgate Party V2. As you know, Jackie N runs that, and
Yes.
they're going to have another tailgate party where people line up and they form somehow the SpaceX X logo, and they have a thing down there for 3D printers, where you have these sessions where your kids can go and work on 3D printers. I think there's even a giveaway. But the biggest event that day is going to be that Jack and his wife are going to renew their wedding vows.
Oh,
And guess who's
wow.
going to officiate the wedding?
I have no idea, but I have one person in mind. Don't tell me it's that person.
Yes, my cousin.
Really?
Not only that, if you want to renew your wedding vows that day, he'll do them for free.
What?
So, Erasmo, you heard me. You said it was for free.
I'm not. Hey, some people might come up on that offer. So,
I don't know what he was thinking when he did that, but okay, that's a lot of money he's giving away for
yes,
free.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I don't know, but I don't think I'm gonna challenge my wife to renew the wedding vows because she may not want to do it a second time around. So, ay, ay, ay.
Already now.
So anyway, but today, everybody, we've got a pretty good show. We've got two pieces to the show. We're going to talk about the iPhone 14 Pro and Steve being Daddy Warbucks that can afford the Pro. Uh, he's
Oh,
gonna
really?
he's going to demo the iPhone 14 Pro, and the second piece to this is the best smartwatches for Christmas. So, as you know, Apple had an event last month. Was it last month? Yeah, I think it was last
Yes.
month. So they
Yes.
came out with two new watches. One is the Series 8 and the Ultra. So we'll take a look at the Ultra, um, as far as what the features are of that watch, along with a few surprising other watches. You know, the Android watches aren't very far behind these days when it comes to feature by feature. So there's a few Android watches out there that have incorporated not only Android but Android with Jarman, and then of course Fitbit. The Google side is
Mm-hmm.
incorporated Fitbit. So
Yeah, you see the commercials running all the time.
yeah, yeah. So there's definitely some good goodies for Christmas. I hope so.
So if you've been a good boy or a good girl, you
I'm
might get
always a
something.
good boy.
Maybe when you're sleeping, all right, but
I'm always a good boy.
mm-hmm.
So let's head over to the Apple website real quick. Give me a second while I flip screens again.
Hey, are you recording the show?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I have
I
to.
noticed on your intro, there's no more music.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, the countdown didn't have music.
No, the countdown was there, but there was no music.
That's
Or at least
weird.
I wasn't able or at least I wasn't able to hear it.
That's weird. Huh. I'll
Mm-hmm.
have to check that out. I didn't mess with anything, but that but that's
That's
what I
what they all
say. All
say.
that's what I know.
I know you better.
I know, right? I start messing with stuff and then I don't know what I did. All right, so
Yes,
let me
sir.
see here. We're gonna, yeah, there we are. All right,
There we are.
so we're gonna go to the iPhone section here, and bigger and better. Wow, the
There,
iPhone
see?
14. So we actually demoed last week. We unveiled the iPhone 14, and there's also another model, which is the iPhone 14 Pro.
Yes, sir.
Uh, but there was also another model. I don't know if you heard. It was called
The
the
Max,
i.
right?
No, it was the iPhone 14 Plus,
Oh,
and that
plus.
one was the kind of like the middle phone, and that one was taken off by Apple last week because for whatever reason they were able to see that the phone wasn't selling, believe it or not, 3 weeks into it, and nobody's buying the phone. And then they had some issue with supply chain stuff, some of the parts they
Uh-huh.
couldn't get, so they immediately took the phone off of manufacturing, so that phone's no longer available. So now it's
Wow.
the 14 Pro, the Plus, the Pro. So it's
No,
the
Pro
14,
Max.
yeah, and the Pro Max, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Plus is gone, So why? One will never know. But basically, the 14 Pro, um, basically, it looks like it comes with the little screen thingamajig there now. Is that true?
Yes, it does. Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, so
All
that's
right.
one of the big things. Um,
I
it's
still don't even know how to use it, but yeah, it does.
you haven't used it?
Nope. I don't know how to use that little thingamajiggy up there.
You didn't? Oh, aren't you supposed to like click on it or something?
I've had it for a month and a half, and I'm still learning
Oh
every day.
man, well you gotta. The only way you can learn is if you play with it.
Eh. The phone,
The
right?
phone. That's what I meant. The
All
phone.
right, all right, all right, all right. It's a family show.
So basically, the camera's 48 megapixels. Yeah, you know. And let's see. It comes in deep purple, gold, silver, and space black. Which one did you get?
Yeah. All right. Now, let me tell you the story behind this phone. I
Okay.
pre-ordered it September 9th. All
Yeah.
right, September 9th. First day I was there. Well, I pre-ordered it, and then I got a confirmation that it had been pre-ordered and it was on its way. Well, I got confirmation from FedEx saying they had never received the phone, but AT&T had said they did.
Yeah.
They had shipped it. Well, after going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, I got canceled it. And I went to the store. I said, give me the phone or I'm going to go to another service.
Yeah.
And I thought they were going to say, well, leave. All right. Nope. They made it happen then. But the only one they had in the capacity that I wanted, which was 256 gigabytes, was the Deep Purple.
Yeah.
I was hesitant at first, but the Deep Purple then really looks like black. Right?
Really?
And I have it covered with the Otter box anyway, so
Yeah.
it would make no difference. All right.
Yeah.
So in a couple of minutes when you see it, you'll see that it really doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Right? So I got the Deep Purple 256.
Yeah, because if you really think about it, I know because we ran into the same issue when we went down to the T-Mobile store there at the mall. And the only phone that they had was, I think, well, no, she wanted the white one. Yeah, she wanted the white one, but it turns out that they didn't have it. So we ended up getting the blue one. And you're right. Once you put a case on it, unless it's a clear case,
right,
that's it.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Now, just don't go downtown to any of those restaurants and bars and show your purple.
No, that's what you. I don't fit one of those places, sir. All right.
I don't either.
Oh, that's not what I heard.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll leave that for a different time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But it comes
now,
in four colors.
Hey, the display is 6.1. All right, diagonal. All right.
Okay.
And the Pro Max is 6.7 diagonal.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit smaller than the Pro Max.
Yeah.
But for what we need it for, I thought it was good.
Yeah. Now, did you have it in time for the quince?
Yes.
Okay. So you took pictures with it?
Yes, I did. And let me tell you, pictures and videos.
Yeah.
And Victoria took some with her phone, which is a 13, and it was the same picture. And you see the difference, the pixels.
Yeah.
Right. If you really look at it and pay attention, you see the difference. Right. It's minor, but it's there. So
well,
to
maybe
me,
when we see the phone here in a few minutes, if you can, I mean, I know you probably have all kinds of pictures, but maybe just show us one or two if you're able to. So
not an issue.
So basically, it comes in four colors: deep purple, gold, silver, and space black. And of course, they talked about the dynamic island, which is this thing right here. Always on display, a lock screen. They talk about the photos. They talk about the display is 2 times brighter in the sun. I guess you don't have to worry about glare. Emergency SOS via satellite.
Yes.
Have you tried that yet or no?
No, I have not. Thank God. All right. I have not needed it. All right. But I have seen it when we were setting up the phones.
Yeah.
Where it was not getting my wife's chip.
Yeah.
All right. She has a 14, and it wasn't reading her SIM card. So the only thing that came out was the emergency SOS. All right.
Oh wow.
That's what they're talking about. All right, but that 14 is SIMless.
Right. Yeah. Now I ran into a problem with that SIMless. I couldn't.
Yeah, we did too.
Yeah. So that carrier, whoever, if you're not moving the phone within the same carrier, you've got to get your old carrier to unlock the phone so that they can get transferred over. But we finally got it, an hour and a half later, But one thing I wanted to mention is that right now the SOS is via satellite, but it's very stationary. There is rumor that Apple is in talks with Starlink and Elon Musk about expanding this capability so that
wasn't who was it? T-Mobile.
Yeah. T-Mobile
T-Mobile.
and Starlink are working together. But now they're saying that Apple is doing direct talks with Starlink
Oh
about
wow.
providing the expanding the satellite capabilities of the phone, because unlike the satellites these guys use today, which are few, Starlink, there's thousands of satellites all around the planet. So that's how they're able to get the internet. And supposedly it's faster. It's not like super fast like cable, but it's quite an improvement from the old HughesNet days and DirectWave days. You
Uh
know,
huh.
because that satellite service, the HughesNet and the DirectWave, was pretty slow. In fact, I was very surprised. We went down to that uh, what is it, Red's Ranch or whatever? Yeah, Big Red's
Or the
Ranch.
pumpkin patch.
Yeah, the pumpkin patch. And as you're driving to there, I don't know if you noticed, there's a lot of signs of HughesNet advertising for internet service. So I guess
Yes.
they're kind of feeling the pinch now because of Starlink. So, because that's the only thing you can get, over there is satellite service or VTX1.
VTS.
Yeah. So that's the only service you've got when you live out on the boonies. How about crash detection?
No, thank God I have not had to use that yet. All right. You know,
Hopefully not.
and I
Yeah.
hopefully never to have to use it. But hey,
Yeah.
have not used it and don't want to use it, but it is there just in case I need it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know if your vehicle has, but my vehicle, has that sensor. So if I get too close to somebody, it starts alarming me left
BB.
and, yeah, beeping left and
Yes.
right.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
so basically, and of course, they're talking about the better camera. And by the way, all the phones have the same camera now. There's the higher models will have some of your other features like the ultra wide and some other stuff, but for the most part, it's the same camera across the board. And there's improvements so that you don't have shaky pictures or blurry pictures because of shaking. It's got the 48 megapixel up to 4x resolution, which means you can zoom 4 times more, and then you got the telephoto and the ultra wide. Have you used the telephoto or the ultra wide?
No, I have not. No.
I guess the
Uh,
place where that comes in handy is like at the zoo, you know.
yes. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that kind of works really well. And of course, it's got the A16 chip, bionic chip.
Yes, it does.
So it's
All right.
got, I believe it's an 8 core chip. I think it's an 8 core
It's a
chip.
6 horse.
It's a 6 core, but I think the
Yeah.
GPU's 8 cores, the graphics
Okay.
part of it. So, yep. And it's SIMless. So there's no more little SIM card that you have
Nope.
to
No
necessarily
more
worry
little
about.
SIM card that you have to take out and put in, and make sure the SIM card's working. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Drug dealers won't be very happy.
You
And like I said, there's the 14 and the 14 Pro. Surprisingly, the 13 is still around and the SC is still around. And of course,
so imagine that.
right now they're offering you up to $800. Did they offer you $800 when you traded in?
No, for my trade in, I actually got 750. All
Wow.
right.
Okay.
They actually, but here's the catch. It's in credits back. All right. It's not like a $700 payment. All right.
No, it's a
No.
credit against your phone cost. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm like, hey, I thought I was getting $700 back. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't remember how much I got for Kristen's phone, but really I'm not even paying that much on it after the credits. Because we traded the 11 in for a 14 because
All
she
right.
had an 11. So, yeah. And Yeah. So let's flip over to the actual phone so we can see it. I mean,
All right.
sometimes it's best to see the phone in action. So let me go ahead and flip that. Give me 1 second while we do that. And there it is. And this is the first time we actually have you demo from a remote location.
Right. And I don't see your demo yet.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. There we
There you
go.
go.
So
All right.
there's the
All right.
infamous phone.
This is the infamous phone, the iPhone 14 Pro. All right.
Yeah.
And as I've stated, it is a deep purple. But as you can see, Dan, you really can't tell the difference between
No.
purple. And I'm going to show you the back cover of, the outer box. All right. Which
So
is
is
where I always
so right now, hold on. So right now, that's purple?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It doesn't look purple, right?
No.
See? So that's why I'm like, all right, after watching it, I'm like, dude, that looks more space grayish,
Are you sure they gave you a
grayish.
purple?
I have the box and I have everything. It says deep purple.
Wow.
Yeah. So it makes no difference, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, right? But after you look at it, right, purple and black, and it's always covered. So really, all you're really seeing is the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what difference does it really make? Just like you said, right?
Yeah. Now
What
on
difference?
the other models, is the camera, the little square thing on the camera, that's always black, right? It's not the
Let
color.
me hold on. Let me check. I have another camera here.
Yeah.
All right, this is the XR.
Okay.
You see the XR?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. See the one camera
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah.
the new one.
Yeah.
So you do see the difference in cameras.
Yeah. Now, can you put them side by side? Is it the same size or no as the XR? Or no? No.
No.
Oh.
Lengthwise, the XR's about the same.
Yeah. Just the thickness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of interesting that Apple decided to go back to the more squarish look than they, because before they were doing the nice rounded edges.
Yes, the XR has the nice rounded edges, as you can tell, and this one, is more squarish.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's a lot better personally. All right,
Yeah.
As you can tell right now, with the always on screen. Until see.
Yeah. Now
how it dimmed.
Yeah. I see that.
And then it goes higher. All right. I have a lot of apps on it. Let me go to what you were asking for the INSE. Let me make sure not to show you any photos I'm not supposed to show you.
Yeah, don't show me your Christmas, your birthday suit photos. We don't want to see those.
Yeah. As you know, we just had a major event. All right. And you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
All right. So if you zoom in,
yeah.
All right. That's one of the pictures that I took with this phone. And then I'll show you another one right here where the family.
Yeah, I see that.
Well, it is a lot, clearer, brighter.
Look at that. Wow.
The event that you had of a lifetime.
Yeah.
But overall, Dan, I am extremely happy with this phone.
Yeah.
You know, I guess you know me. I've been an Apple fan since it first came out.
You've been
All right.
drinking the Kool-Aid for a long
Yes,
time.
I have, and I'll be one of the first ones to say. All right.
You and
Apple
Doug
iPhone.
have been drinking that Kool-Aid and gotten drunk on it.
Yes, sir. All right. Apple iPhone, Apple iPads. My wife and my daughters have MacBook Pros.
Yeah.
My daughter has an iMac. All right. I even have the Apple TVs. All right. I even got an iPad.
You mean you don't
Um,
have a jailbroken Fire Stick?
no, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. That would be illegal, sir. All right, illegal and immoral. All right. You
Yeah.
know, and my official answer is no, no, and no. So,
Yeah.
okay. All right. But going back to the Apple Kool-Aid, right? Like, for whatever reason, I've tried other tablets
Yeah.
in the past. I've tried the Android phones also in the past, and for whatever reason, I came back to Apple.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
So,
one of the things that has plagued Android for a long time and still does a little bit, not as much as it used to, but the problem on the Android side is that Google has no control over Samsung, LG, any of those phone manufacturers. Other than the Google phones and Motorola, they have very little control over everybody else. So when they would come out with a new version of Android, it would take months for these Android users to get the latest and greatest Android because Samsung, LG, all these manufacturers have to change their software to work with the new Android operating system. That's been a problem because some people waited
and
three
that
or four
would be a
years.
major problem, wouldn't it?
It would. The problem is that Google has been unwilling to strong arm the manufacturers. See, Apple
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have that problem because they basically, have somebody make the phone for them and they sell it as an Apple product and all the software is only on the Apple product. So that's why the ability to design software and make it easy is so much easier on that platform. Doesn't mean it's the most powerful. The Mac computers are not powerful if you compare them to a Windows PC.
Right,
I
right.
mean, power for power, memory for memory, hard drive for hard drive, graphics for graphics. You can't beat a
Mm-hmm.
Windows PC. That's why all
Right.
these guys game on Windows PCs, right? Because of that. But you also run into a lot of problems with the Windows side as well because it's so loose. But when you control the whole ecosystem, it's easier. And I get it. I mean, it is easy. I mean, you have no idea when I was shopping for these iPhones, I really wanted to get one, but the reality of it is that I've got other things I want to spend my money on, you know. Cuz honestly, I can't do a full-blown podcast on an iPad. I could, but there's differences. So do I go buy a super duper camera or an iPhone? Nope, I'm going to choose the camera or the mic, for
Right.
example. Right now, I'm looking
Right.
towards a new mic. Even though I got the my old mic back, um, I want this certain mic for Christmas. So hoping Santa will drop one on me.
So you already have your Christmas list.
I do. It's only one item on the list, so you can imagine how much it costs. But it's only one item. It's not that expensive, really. But um, the mic that I was using was a USB mic, and that wasn't really working as well as I wanted to. So I went back to my old mic, which is XLR based. It's not USB based, and the sound sounds better on it. So but I'm hoping to get another type of mic But I get it. I mean, I get it why people like Apple, and they make things easy. And for a lot of people out there, they're not very technical, you know, so they've got to have easeability. So,
Mhm.
but I get it. I mean, believe me. I mean, when I worked, in my past previous life here recently, where I was in charge of all those iPhones, even with the iPhones, it was amazing how many people had problems with their phones. You know, I mean, they'd come into my office, bring in their phone because it reset or they lost their Apple ID. I mean, it was just crazy stuff that you wouldn't think would happen, but they did. So I
It
don't know.
does. It
Yeah,
does.
it does, man. Well, it's a very nice phone. If you had to go back and when you bought it, would you consider going to the Max or no?
Yeah, no.
No.
There's not much of a difference.
Yeah.
All right. Only the screen size is what I've read. All
Yeah.
right. Everything else is the same.
Yeah. Now, of course, I know people that have bought one, but with the terabyte, so I don't know.
There's a terabyte, there's 512, there's 256, and
Yeah.
128. All
I
right.
mean, the
Now,
problem. Go
I
ahead.
don't think I need a terabyte.
Yeah. Well, I don't
You,
either. I don't either because a lot of times when I take video, um, you know, I take the video off the phone so I can edit it, so it doesn't stay very long on the phone. You know. So
and to show you, all right, the responsiveness, which is pretty fast, all right, you know, I have right now 369 videos, 10,004 pictures, all right,
wow,
and I have 189 gigabytes left,
wow.
all right,
Now,
with
is all of this on
10,000.
iCloud? You have it all
I
on
have it
iCloud?
on iCloud also.
Okay. Yeah.
So I
'Cause-
have everything backed up to iCloud. I have everything backed up on the phone and everything backed up on the computer.
yeah.
All right.
Well, that's the
So
other thing about Apple. Just backing everything up to iCloud is like very easy. I know when you called me a couple of weeks ago when you bought that well, actually like a few months ago when you bought that computer and you
yes,
had to transfer, we had to go through all kinds of gyrations to get it from one computer to
yes,
another.
yes, yes.
Yeah, it
You
wasn't the
know,
easiest thing to do. You know.
and Apple iCloud, I just got the receipt, and let me see. You know, it's funny how all this Apple here you pay $2.99, $3.99, $14.99, whatever it is, but yeah, at the end of the day, Dan, in my opinion, it's really worth it.
Yeah. Now, are you
You know,
now into Apple Pay? I know that you were not
I
into it.
am still not in Apple Pay. All right, let me tell you something. For whatever reason, maybe my credit, maybe me, I have no idea. I'm able to get credit cards gazoo. All
Yeah,
right, but whenever I because you can pre-qualify for the Apple card
yeah,
without having an impact on your credit,
yeah.
right? They will not approve me.
Wow. But can't you connect your other credit cards onto Apple Pay?
Yes, I could, but I don't want to do it.
Oh,
I am still against that.
wow.
You do it?
No, not really.
Okay, so
You know.
now there's some places that won't take Apple Pay,
No, they won't
right?
even take Google Pay. Oh,
So
yeah,
it's not as maybe it's otherwhere down here, but even in San Antonio, we just came from Six Flags, all right? There's some places that won't take it over there either.
yeah. Well, when you go to Big Reds this weekend, because I think you're
Uh
going,
huh.
I will warn you that if you buy stuff there, like the drinks and stuff like that, uh, basically what you do is, how in the old days you gave them a card and they ran it through a square device, a
Yeah.
square thing or a square terminal. A lot of them don't do that now. You with your phone, you scan the QR code they have, and they automatically process the payment.
How? If you don't have a card on file.
Uh, no, with Cash App. They all were using Cash App.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So through Cash App, they print out the QR code for Cash App for them, and then you scan it, and then it appears on their phone, and they key in if it's $15, they key in 15, and whammo, automatically out of your Cash App now.
So it's no longer cash. It's only credit cards.
Well, you can have cash, but I'll tell you that everybody down there that was there, they were either using Cash App or Square. Yeah.
Wow.
And I think out of all of the food truck vendors, the ones that I liked was the Kona Ice. I don't know if you've ever had it.
All right. Yes, yes. My
You
daughter's
know,
having. I have to.
well, what's different, at least I thought it was different, like when you go over to Yuki's and you buy a snow cone, a raspa, after you eat it, you feel like you're so thirsty because it didn't solve any of your thirst for whatever reason.
Right. It gave you more thirst.
It gave you more thirst. Well, these don't. The Kona ones don't. So I don't know if it's the syrup or what. But anyway, so just be prepared. If you have Cash App, that's the best way to do it down there.
Yeah, I got Cash App, but I got limited funds in that Cash App account.
Yeah.
All right. Nancy's the one that has it tied into our regular. I have it tied into my secondary one.
Yeah.
All right. So now that you told me that, I guess I'm gonna have to put a little bit extra in that secondary.
Well, I would, because everybody down there has Cash App, and it's above $10 just about on everything.
Is there a fee for parking?
No, it's part of the ticket.
All right. So yeah, that's already paid for.
Yeah, so it's part of the ticket. So it's pretty neat. I'd never seen the place. You'll be amazed when you see it.
I went and dropped off Valerie. She did community service.
Yeah.
All right. About 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
All right. And it looked big. We didn't go in. We just dropped her off. When I picked her up, it looked all nice and pretty. And the person that brought her out just happened to be one of the organizers there. All right. And I'm like, we'll be here on the 30th. Well, the hurt is on me, she said. I said, well, ma'am, a little bit too late for that because I already purchased.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you should have told me. Well, maybe in December.
Yeah, we know the owners. We went to church with them for a long time. And
you go to church?
Dude, I'm a good boy.
Wow.
I'm a good boy. I'm a saint. Practically, I'm a saint.
I'm waiting for lightning to hit.
No, there's no lightning. I'm a saint. So, but yeah, they started that camp. It's really a Christian camp.
Yes.
And, yeah.
I was reading into it.
Yeah. So they started it a few years ago, and they've been at it ever since. They have an event in Halloween, and they have one in Christmas. Yeah.
Well, isn't it 2 events at Christmas? Lighting and another thing.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been to the one in Christmas. We're going to go this year, so. But anyway, all right. Well.
So that is the iPhone 14 Pro, all right? Nothing different than, it's just a regular phone, but it has a little bit more gadgets, more features, all right?
So you would say with the 256, is there a greater capacity on this phone or no?
512 and 1 terabyte.
Okay. So how much does a 512 cost?
I didn't ask.
Oh.
I did not ask. Remember, typically my phones have been 128. All right.
I know.
I don't need anything over 128, right?
Well, on my phone, I've got 64, and every once in a while, I've got to get rid of photos and videos because I start running out of space or it starts acting them up. So, Mm-hmm. So you want to tell the audience right now what camera is actually taking the recording of this?
All right. Well, to my surprise and to everybody's surprise when they hear it, There's actually an iPhone 6S taking the video of the iPhone 14.
I
All right.
know, right?
All right. And that is what's extremely amazing. But to tell you something, Dan, at work, we still have iPhone 6S's.
Yeah,
And they outbeat the 11 that we have, which is the newest one. All
yeah,
right. For us at work. All right. The 6S is just a workhorse.
yeah.
And it just keeps on going.
Yeah,
Right?
it's amazing. That phone, I don't know what they did. Maybe all the planets were aligned when they designed it and manufactured it, but it's a neat phone. Every time I tell people that I use the 6S as a video cam, they look at me like I'm crazy. But no, it's right there.
You know, when you had the iPhone 14 unboxing
Yeah,
and you said it was a success, I had my doubts.
yeah. Well,
That's why.
actually, you
There's
know
no way.
what? I said something wrong. It wasn't even a 6S. It was an Android. It was my Android phone on that one. But still, it's just as good as what you see there on the screen, you
Yes,
know?
yes, yes.
So,
The pictures are clear. The video is clear.
yeah.
No issues. I'm like, wow. Makes
Well,
me
see,
wish I would have died.
there's a lot of people that, on Facebook, they have those raffles. You know how they have those raffles? And one of the things they go out and do is they go buy these special cameras to do the top down view, and you don't have to do that. You know, you can just grab an old phone, one that's decent, and do the same thing. You just got to get the right software. But
Yep.
yeah, it's a 6S that's doing the workhorse here, So
Wow. Interesting.
so now our second piece to this show is smartwatches. And Christmas time is coming up. Do you have any smartwatches?
I have my Nike 36.
Okay. Is that
All right.
Android based or is it a special
No,
operating system?
Apple. I
Oh,
told you I'm an Apple guy.
I know, but you said Nike.
Yeah.
So that was a
Hey,
branded. That was a branded one.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So do you
They
use it?
did. I use it every day when I'm at work.
Uh-huh.
All right. It tracks my steps. It tracks how many miles. It tracks my heart. All right. If I've had any heart attacks. All right.
Broken
Like,
hearts.
yes. If I had broken hearts also. Right. It sends me all my messages. It's all my emails. So it's a pretty good watch.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
But I'm hesitant on upgrading to the 8.
I didn't imagine that you were into tracking your steps and stuff like that.
Dude, hey, let me bring the watch. Hold on.
Yeah, bring the watch.
You should tell me. All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
That is the watch. Hey.
Yeah.
And today I didn't wear it. So today I only have 14 steps. I don't even know how I did that. But,
Yeah. Look at that. You've got a Federale band.
You know it. Hey. see, on Tuesday, which was yesterday, I did 3.19 miles.
Wow.
Huh? I walked a lot yesterday, all right? I was at work. So I walked a lot.
I didn't think you walked that much at work. I thought you were just behind a computer.
No. You gotta go out there and do what I do, all right? Protect this country's borders against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yeah. Foreign and domestic.
Somebody will have a cow but that's all right. The only thing that I don't like about this watch, Dan, I'll be honest with you, is I had to buy a bumper.
Yeah.
All right, from outside.
Yeah.
And so far, I've cracked 4 of these bumpers.
Wow.
All right.
Well, at least you didn't crack the screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Right. Being under the vehicles, commercial motor vehicles, sometimes you hit a brake chamber or a U-boat or something.
Yeah.
And hey, so it saved me, but I'm like, But dude, I love the watch. I
Yeah.
love what it does. I want to get the 8, but then I'm like, do I really need it? No.
Well, Doug got himself one because his very old watch quit working after his last little pool swim. So he got one. Else.
Your iPhone 6 just went on low power mode.
All right. Well, not a problem. We'll switch screens now and get to the next section here. Yeah. Yeah, well, it definitely is not going to last on battery, that's for sure.
No, but it works.
It
See,
works.
It
It
works.
works like a champ. You know,
It
let
works.
me
So that's the best part.
yeah, let me flip. All right. So we're in the Apple site, but we'll go ahead and look at the Ultra. The Ultra
You want to
is
switch screens?
oh yeah, sorry about that. There we go.
There you are. You want me to
So
turn off the other connection?
yeah, go ahead and just turn it off. Because I got to get ready for Friday, Saturday's show. And I got to use it. I'm going to do the barbecue show live. Hopefully I don't burn something or make something explode.
I'll laugh if you do.
Hold on. I got to fix you on the Zoom screen. Give me a second. Because when you turned it off, you shut your Zoom screen.
Yes.
Hold on. Let's get you
Get me situated.
Get you situated. I was gonna say another word, but I'm not.
No.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Let me just Yeah, it's not often we have 3 Zoom sessions at once, so anyway, the Apple Watch Ultra, this is the big daddy. It was just released 2 months ago, and as you can imagine, it's $800.
Woo!
But supposedly, this watch is more geared to sports types, primarily divers.
So not you or me.
Not you or me. I can't dive, so, but, because of my artificial parts. And, I don't think I want to go in the Gulf with sharks anytime soon. But
I've seen too many tornadoes.
yeah, I know, right? And a few alligators on the beach. That's even scary.
Oh, hey, did you see that alligator that came out?
I did. I didn't think that we had alligators, but they said it was a crocodile, not an alligator. It still has big teeth, though.
Hey, remember when we used to be on the bay?
I know. On the
Imagine
jet
that, man.
skis.
If that would came out while we were on the jet ski, oh boy.
And, I think back and I thank God that we survived those days because it doesn't appear to be very safe these days. That's for sure.
Alrighty.
So basically, yeah, it's $7.99, but it's the top watch right now.
Why are you on Amazon?
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, because the link that I'm using went to Amazon. That's why.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So it comes in several colors. The bands come in several colors. It's got this, I guess, army green, the orange, the grays, the blacks. I like that one. But like I said,
No, you like the pink one.
No, that's all right. I'm not into pink. I'm not into pink anymore.
Oh, all right. I saw you at Victoria's Secret the other day.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. It must have been my double. But basically, it says it's 100 meters water resistance down. I think there's a video here somewhere. Hopefully, I can play it. Hopefully, you can hear it. Can you hear it?
Dig your feet to the ground, try to feel your way around it. See the signs circling in the sky. You've been trying to hide everything deep inside, yeah. You can't do it however But when you make up your mind,
Well, I
Dude,
guess it
and
was,
Apple
I guess it
Care
was
is
commercial
only,
for Apple Care.
dude, but
Uh,
Apple Care is a good replacement service. All
yeah,
right. For I paid $50
yeah,
for 2 years.
yeah,
Now the only part about it is I believe it's $99. All right, every time something happens to it.
yeah. It's like a deposit,
Mhm.
right? But as you can, well, as you can see here, yeah, it's big for diving, big for sports. You know, that's what it's geared for primarily. It's a rugged phone. Now you mentioned, scratches and bumps. And if you work in an environment that, you're going to run into that stuff, plus yeah, this would be the better phone versus your 8. I mean, I think that's one of the things with me in watches in general, analog watches, but also the smartwatches, and I've had a few, is that I bump into stuff. And I don't work in a industrial environment. It doesn't take much for me to move my arm and hit it against a desk or a cabinet. It's crazy, you know, but it happens.
Sure. It does happen, and more times than you realize. By the time you're like, what?
Yeah,
What did I hit? You know.
yeah,
So yeah, protection for the watch is a must,
yeah,
especially if you are hitting things, right? So
yeah. It says it's got up to 36 hours of battery life, so that's kind of interesting, you know. And of course, it's big on. Oh, one of the things, it's got a built-in dive computer. You know how divers have to measure their O2 levels when they're diving? Well,
right,
the watch does it for them now. Instead of having to look at the gauge, the old gauge, they'll be able to look at their diving, at their watch when they're diving. So that's kind of cool. And of course, crash detection is built in. So that's kind of neat. Um, it is kind of neat. There are others, as you mentioned, the Series 8, which is the middle phone. And of course, there's the low entry model, which is the SE.
SE, right.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got that one. And then the next one that popped up was the Jarman Venue 2. That one's for like $400.
Now,
And,
is that compatible with the iPhone?
well, that's a good question. I don't know. Let's see if it says anything. But Jarman, they were always big on GPSs and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. It's got heart rate measurement, pulse ox sensor. So, like people like me that have to, on occasion, measure our oxygen O2 levels, instead of having a device like this,
Uh-huh.
where you have to measure your oxygen.
Right.
Now you can do that right from your watch, which is kind of cool.
My brother needed that during the COVID situation.
Yeah,
all right.
These came in handy.
And dude, those were selling out fast.
Yeah, yeah. So instead of carrying a device like this, you've got it on your watch now. As Apple during the presentation of this watch series talked a lot about women's health issues.
Yes.
Primarily ovulation, finding the right ovulation time. So that's a big thing now, I guess. We're out of the market in that area. I think
I have no idea. I have no idea on that. That's out of my league.
I think you and I are out of that market, so we don't have to worry about having to rush home. But they've got that, which is kind of interesting. And of course, the running coach and stuff like that. Now, Doug was telling me that in the current Series 8, they have an exercise video service, kind of like Peloton. You know, Peloton's that those exercise machines with the video.
Really?
Yeah. So now instead of having to buy a Peloton, you can get the videos, the exercise videos, right from your watch.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. So it doesn't say what operating system it runs on. It probably runs on its own. So I don't think it's compatible with the phone. At least I don't think so. Let's see.
Remember, I told you that my Apple Watch was a Nike, right?
Yeah.
It does have an Apple Watch Nike series also on the on it. So
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
so this one, I'm not sure. We'll have to do some more research on it and see what it does. But it actually came out on it was one of the top phones. Now, the other one,
top watches.
top watches, sorry, you're right.
All right.
Top watches. My dementia kicked in.
All right. So you're saying Garmin with the watch, right?
Yeah, with the watch. Yeah. And plus, it's got all the Garmin features, the GPS stuff, too. And, of course, the next one is the Google Pixel Watch. That was just released recently. But Google this time has hooked up with Fitbit. So instead of you buying a Fitbit watch, which they sell also, you can get a Google Pixel Watch that works with your Android phones. And it's kind of neat. I mean, it's got a rounded watchy like kind of deal, you know. It does use Wear OS, which is the Android watch operating system. Google Wallet is into it, and of course Fitbit. And let's see, you know, they've got, you know, different apps obviously on Google Play, so you can, just like on the iPhone, you know, you can load up apps. Spotify, you can watch our show on Spotify. And I guess this is Nike app, right? They've got a Nike app there as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now what's interesting is that the model that they have only works on 4G. So I don't know if the cellular version of the Apple Watch also is 4G only. I don't know. But that was kind of surprising.
I just did some research for the Garmin.
Yeah.
And it says you would have to download the Garmin app.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
And it is compatible.
Ah, okay.
So
all right. Yeah. Yeah. Does Google Pixel Watch on 5G networks? No, it uses 4G LTE.
So then what happens if you're in a 5G?
Well, you know, you go down to 4G LTE. 4G LTE isn't going away. You know, it's still going to have to be around for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Know, right? So, you know, but I would suspect that eventually once 5G rolls like really fast, that the watches are going to be 5G capable. I mean, the reality of it,
my phone,
yeah,
I have 5G plus.
5G plus. But you know, if you really think about it, the activity on the phone and the throughput of the phone doesn't really require that high speed yet.
No.
You know, so that there may be a reason for it. And of course, just like the Apple Watch, they've got, you know, different kind of bands as well. Now, the other one that came up was the Galaxy Watch by Samsung. It kind of looks similar. But obviously, the only thing I've heard about these is that they really work well on the Android side with Galaxy phones, but not so much any other Android phones. But, you know, once again, it's up to 4G LTE as well. You know.
I guess it depends on the individual's preference.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, when I had like an Android watch, I only used it for really basic things, which was checking how many steps I did. And
What? You cut your steps?
well, I used to. I don't anymore. And I used it for, checking my email when I get little messages. I would do that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really didn't use it a whole lot. And then of course, well, I'd forget to charge it, and then I wouldn't charge it, and then I'd bump into places with it. So I don't even wear a watch anymore. So whether I will go back to a watch, I don't know. But I use my phone primarily to check the time, these days. So, but yep, these are the watches that have been identified as the best ones for Christmas. So
I wonder if any of those are going to be on special.
well, I'd be really curious. I think you're probably going to see the Series 8 and the SE probably drop down in price in the next couple of weeks. At least that's what I'm hoping,
Right.
But because right now, Kristen and Annette, they've got different series watches. I think Annette's is the 6 series, and I don't remember what Kristen's was. So, but sometimes they use it, sometimes they don't.
What's your series, Nancy? 6. And I have a 5? Okay, I misspoke. I have a 5, Nancy has a 6.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Valerie has a 4, and 5. No, 4. And she didn't want to change. So that's why she has a 4.
Yeah.
Now Victoria doesn't want to watch it all.
Wow.
Yeah. She wears it on occasions.
Yeah.
So
where's Hash Brown?
Hash Brown's over there with my wife.
Oh.
Since I'm not paying attention with him, he's over there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Oreo.
He's still upset. He's still upset, damn it, because we went to San Antonio and we left him alone.
Wow. Oh, you left him by himself?
We left him by himself. We had my nephews come over here to babysit. Yeah. So they dodged that for a while, but then they left and came back every couple of hours. Yeah. But as soon as we got home, he showed his displeasure with us.
Wow.
He was growling.
Well, Lucky's right here with me.
Hey, Lucky.
He's our little Yoda. But he's our guard dog,
Hey, wait, come here. Oh, there he is. He heard his name.
There he is.
There he is.
See, they're movie stars too. Oh boy. So, all right. Well, it was great having you back.
Well, it was great to be back. I hope the audience got a little bit of information, all right, a little bit more informed of the watches and the iPhones.
Yeah.
All right. And as always, we should be here every week.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do one every week. I'd like to increase it, but I think I know that everybody works except me. So I think what we're gonna do is, on the days that on the weeks that you're not available, we'll have Doug fill in and kind of go back and forth a little bit.
Sounds good.
But we are close to 52 episodes. That was my goal. So hopefully we can hit 52 before the year's out. But yeah, we'll definitely be having more Black Fridays. Every show moving forward is going to be a Black Friday.
All right.
We were supposed to do that day that Amazon had Prime Day. Remember those 2 days? Yes. We were supposed to go live there, but our scheduling around was kind of tough. So
hopefully, it happens.
Hopefully, if Amazon has more Prime days, and I hope so, we'll jump on that. So, alrighty. Well, everybody, that was it for this episode. You got some good information. We had our primary co-host back once again, and we've got a show coming up on Saturday. Actually, we have 2 shows. Backyard Barbecue Pit will be back. That's the signature show from back in 2018. That's going to be a live show on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Hopefully, I don't burn the house down. And then Doug will be on at 12 o'clock as we'll cover the World Series. So, everybody, have a good evening, and we'll see you again next week, if not sooner.
Adios.